Welcome back to my channel where we talk about upcoming astrological aspects and transits. The last month of 2025 begins with Venus joining Mars in the sign of the Archer, increasing the urge to find a sense of freedom in a particular aspect of life, depending on the birth chart. The friendly aspect to Pluto in Aquarius may spark a connection with persons of similar interest by the full moon in Gemini on December 4th. That may be a celebration of the culmination of certain lessons. The use of social media and technology may find itself in the spotlight with questions of whether AI and some of other new technologies are really a step forward, as some look back into the goodness of the simplicity of the older days with Jupiter retrograde in Cancer. Mercury makes its third trine to Jupiter, joined by the Moon on one side and Saturn not so far from Neptune on the other, on 7th through the 11th. Expect a smooth expression of sentiments and an ease in filling in the spaces of relational and emotional bonds through discovery and acceptance. Emotional development is acknowledged through mastering the blocks that seem to limit connections, which will be felt mostly on the 11th and the 12th, like tests of maturity and the bittersweetness of graduation. The pursuit of adventure is fortunately or unfortunately cut off by certain authorities and a lingering sense of duty. Value and relationships are conflicted as the future calls for letting the past ways go. Faith and belief in the big picture triumph. What is seen as Mercury makes the third planet in Sagittarius, in between harmonious aspects with Neptune and Pluto. Mars moves into Capricorn on the 15th, and serious passions conscientiously take the wheel. Having priorities, a list and a schedule comes in handy when fresh choices have to be made by the new moon in Sagittarius on the 20th, which sits in a harsh conversation with both Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. Restrictions on fun and freedoms are felt, with a major concern on conflict of beliefs, pushed and pulled between what's gone and the newest trend. There might be a clash on the 21st, before the sun's ingress into Capricorn the next day and the moon's into Aquarius, calling for balance between work and home. Venus squares Neptune and moves into Capricorn on Christmas, when love faces one of many illusions to focus on coming together before embarking on individual responsibilities with a dutiful sense of joy. The moon in Pisces through the 26th emphasizes the spirit of connection and family that have ways of healing personal wounds, as Jupiter squares Chiron. 2025 ends with Venus, Mars, and the Sun following each other in Capricorn, with Mercury not so far away in Sagittarius in a square to Saturn. The Moon in Taurus conjoins Uranus after a trine with all the three and a square to Pluto. Surprises or disruption to be expected in comfort zones and in the midst of merry, even as lots of energy is saved for building a healthier future.